Hello and thank you for watching my video. We are still working on figuring out our cost of goods sold for the month of May 2016. In the previous video, I showed you where to find the report in your Amazon seller account, and then I showed you how to format the report that you download in Google Sheets. So now we need to complete the information regarding the cost of each individual item sold and double check the calculations, and we will have our cost of goods sold for our items purchased in US dollars and purchased in Canadian dollars, as well as the GST and PST that we can credit towards our sales tax due to the government. So let's start by looking at our sheet. Here is one example where I sold multiple of an item that cost the same amount. So I told you I would show you how to do this. I put 17 in the top one, and because I have this sorted by the SKU, all of the same SKU are listed under here. So to pull this down, I'm going to click here and just pull that down. Populates, and it also calculates over there where we put the equations earlier. This is the same thing, the same item. Just pull it down, it self-populates. It's one for Canadian. All of this is basically the same type of item with the same price. So I can just pull this down instead of having to type 15 over and over and over again. See if there are any more where we can do that. And that looks like the end of it. One thing that I want to show you is you don't want these orders that are basically cancel orders to calculate in your cost of goods sold, because that item isn't actually sold. Let's go to order status and sort so that we can find all of these non-orders. Okay. So anything that's a canceled order, we do not want an extended cost in these blanks. How do we do that? Well, let's do it this way. Just delete out the cost. Anything that's a canceled order, we do not want a cost in here. Also, these that are pending orders will show up in the next month if they are actually shipped. So you don't want to include this in the cost of goods sold because it's not actually a completed sale. It's not actually sold. So let's delete these, and then these two are non-Amazon. These are the two that I told you that I had things shipped back to me. I was pretty sure that I'd mislabeled some items. So these aren't actually sold. They are returns to me. This might also appear, as I said before, things that are damaged that Amazon destroys. There are lots of different possibilities for having this non-Amazon, and you really need to go into the order ID and look in your Amazon seller account to see if you should really be including the amount associated with it in your cost of goods sold. So basically we have everything filled in that needs to be filled in now. Down at the bottom, you can look over here. So our cost of goods sold in US dollars is here, cost of goods sold in Canadian is here, our GST for our GST credit is here, and our PST credit amount is here. Now, what we need to do, since we're doing Canadian cost of goods sold and some of our costs are in US dollars, if you are using QuickBooks, you might need to go into xe.com and find the historical exchange rate for the end of May, or you can go ahead on the end of May and look what that is and plug it in down here so you know what to multiply by. That will give you what the actual value in Canadian is. Or If you are working with XERO as your bookkeeping, it will calculate it for you automatically. Look for another video in the future on how to do a journal entry in XERO for your cost of goods sold.